products themselves are going to be very simple. What's going to be the complicated part about these are the product variations, which will be things like different colors, sizes, whatever you want. So let's just take this part to go ahead and make out a product model. And of course, let's put that inside of the models directory, and we'll create a migration alongside of this as well. And we're going to focus on talking about the price here as well, because when we set up the database table, we need to think about the product price really carefully and how we store this. We need to store this in the correct way. First though, let's just go ahead and output the name, or create the name, and we'll do the same thing for the slug, but let's make this unique. Of course, when we are viewing a product, we can't have two with the same slug. And for the price, how are we going to store this? In the past, I've used double to store this. You'll probably have used float yourself, or you've seen float used, but we are going to do things the proper way, and we're going to use an integer. Now you might be thinking, well, if we're storing an integer, how can we represent a price like, say, £10.50 or something? Well, that would end up as 1,050. So we're actually storing the pence or the cents, depending on which currency you're working in. So a product price £10 will be 1,000 cents or 1,000 pennies or pence, depending on your currency again. So we're going to go ahead and stick in the price there as an integer. We'll look at the price a little bit later on, but for now that's pretty much all we want to do. So let's go ahead and migrate these changes, and that is pretty much it. That is our base product. The only thing I really want to do in here is go ahead and set in the root key name. So we're going to say get root key name, and we're going to set this to return the slug. That means that when we look these up inside of our roots, we're going to use the slug to return this. So that's pretty much it, our base product, and a little bit of information about the price for later. Let's just create a really quick test now to check that we are using the slug as the root key name, just to kick our tests off for this, and we'll of course add to our unit tests a little bit later. So let's make a test, and we're going to put this inside of products, and this is going to be our product test, and this is going to be a unit test. Okay, so let's head over to the product test, and really simply we just want to test it uses the slug for the root key name. Now we don't need to use our factory for this, so really all we need to do is go ahead and create a new product model. Go ahead and pull that in, and just assert that the product get root key name method equals slug. That's pretty much it. So let's come over and run PHP unit, go into test unit product and run that, and sure enough we're on green. So there we go, really simple product, and we can move on to some of the more other interesting things around this.